All right, so the microphone, can you mute the microphone for me? I'll allow participants to unmute themselves. All right, so this we're gonna be looking at on the volatility 101S. So that's the first one we're gonna be looking at. And so when you come to your chart, you wanna clear everything. All right, so you wanna remove everything from your chart, and you wanna head over to the 24-hour time frame or the daily time frame. All right. Usually at this level, we tend to identify the most recent daily support and resistance. All right. And the reason being is that you want to identify the levels in which you are trading in. So you want to identify that daily support and that daily resistance that you are trading between. So the first thing you want to do, you can get your horizontal line and you can mark off the most recent daily support, which would be right here. All right. And then, you know, from here to here, price pretty much pushed up. But looking to the left, you will see that we have two daily resistance right here. All right. So you want to mark off these level. And the reason why I want to mark this level is that the higher the time frame, the stronger the level will be, which simply means that the more difficult the price will have trying to break through that level. All right. So if you look here, we have our daily resistance, two daily resistance, and what happened? Even though price break above, it struggled and closed below the area. So pretty much this is a strong level. And also, if you look here to the left, we have multiple rejection on the daily time frame along with support here, here, and a few had a zero. And what price did here? We farm support, we try to break down, you know, farm support and price push all the way up. So what this tells me is that price is pretty much trading between these two levels. All right. So this gives me an idea on the different levels we can actually take a trade from leading down to the next level or from here leading up to the next level. The next thing you want to do is to head over to your H4 time frame. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, just the same, you want to identify the most recent H4 support and our resistance. All right. So looking at this on the 4-hour time frame, you will notice that we have a 4-hour resistance right from tool. We have a 4-hour resistance right here. All right. So we already identified that we have our daily resistance here. We have a 4-hour resistance here, and looking down here, we have a H4 support. All right. I'm just marking off the most recent level. Just the same again, the 4-hour levels in the market, these are strong levels. So in order for price to break these levels, you need a lot of momentum. All right. And momentum is basically, you know, when you look at a big candle like this, you can identify that there's a lot of momentum in this candle because it is actually holding price. So it didn't wick all the way up here and pull back and close down here. Pretty much it pushed up and it closed here, which simply means that there's a lot of momentum in this candle. So you can expect the next candle to give you that continuation. All right. So again, the H4 level, you mark off these levels because they are very important in the market as well. Now, what I do after this is to go down on the 1-hour time frame. Now, on the 1-hour time frame, what I tend to do is to identify the short-term trend. So overall, you know that the market has been pushing bullish based on the daily time frame. All right, we have been pushing bullish. We're pushing to a strong daily level, which the probability exists that we might respect and reject that level. But I rather to trade with the trend because if the trend is bullish, my favor gonna be for buys. All right. Because if the market is pushing bullish, it simply means that we are going up. It can push down, Don't get me wrong, but I rather to just work with the trend of the market because I find it a lot easier to trade it this way. All right. So a quick and easy way to identify the market trend. If you look down here on the 1 hour time frame, we have a 1 hour support in this area, which is a pretty strong level based on the daily time frame I've previously identified. All right. All right, based on the daily level that I've previously identified. So pretty much this is a strong level and we push all the way up to here. So it is safe to say that we can start to identify our trend from here. Now, if you look closely on the 1 hour time frame, all you have to do is to identify the swing highs and the swing lows that actually stand out to you. So this is the lowest swing in the market right here. Or if you want, you can use this or this. The option is yours, all right? So take, for example, we're gonna be using this swing. This is the lowest swing in the market. The market pushed to here, create a high point. What it did is to pull back to create a higher low because this low right here is higher than the previous, which should have been here. We'll push again, we created another high point. We'll pull back, we'll create a higher low, respecting the previous low. So at this point, it still means that the market is pushing bullish. All right. We'll push again, we created another high point here. If you want to use here, the option is here just the same. The market pull back, we created a higher low. What happened again? The market push, we created a high. We pull back, we created a higher low. What the market did again, we push, we created a higher high, and now the market has pulled back to create a higher low. All right, so my favor for this is still buy. As long as price can respect this low right here, I think the favor is buy. All right, even though we're at this level, we can reject this level, yes, but I'm just working with the trend of the market, seeing that we created a higher high here, breaking above the previous high here, and we have a higher low right here, higher than the previous right here. So as long as we can farm support and respect this low right here, I think we should be okay for buy. So this is a quick and easy way that you can actually go about identifying the short-term trend of the market. How I go about drawing my trend line based on the level right here, if you want, you can attach your first touch right here and you go all the way out. And you can wait for price to pull back to farm support at this H4 level, which is a strong level. And as I identified before, the higher the time frame, the stronger the level will be. So the probability exists that the market might reject this level. So take, for example, if this pull all the way back to here and we farm support at this H4 level, then it would be safe for buys because for one, the overall target, let me take off this. For one, your overall target would be at the top of the range here, which would be about 57 pip. And your stop loss would be, say, about here below these candles here to the left at about 12 pip. So you would be risking 12 pips to make about 50 pips. So your risk to reward ratio basically would be 1 to 4.4. All right, so you're risking 1 to make 4.4 or 1 to make 4, a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So this is a quick and easy way how you can go about identifying the trend in the market. And you just do your analysis and just wait for price to pull back here to farm some form of support. There is 2 ways how I go about taking entries. All right, and I'm gonna be explaining these 2 ways. So the first one, I'm going to be using that. So take, for example, if the market, starts to print candle like this, all the way back, and we pull into this zone. I might take a trade based on the fact that we are pulling back into my H4 level, which is a pretty strong level, and we are retesting the trajectory of the trend line, and the overall trend of the market is bullish. So at this point, I have 3 confluences in my bias. All right. So I might give it a shot. And if I'm going to take a trade based on the fact that price is pulling back in the area and we haven't found support as yes, what I am going to do at this point, I am going to reduce my lot size. All right. So I'm not going to go in with my normal risk. The second option would be for price to farm support. So take, for example, you know, we pull back all the way down here, you know, and price give you a candle closing like this, farming support. This would be your confirmation for a buy, all right? Because at this point, we are farming support at our level. So this will be, you know, a fourth confluence. So this would be like 4 confirmation as to why I would want to take this trade, and I would anticipate the market to continue to print price bullish. And, you know, we can get up to these level right here. If the market start to reject here, it simply means that we are reacting to our daily resistance. If it breaks through, then you can target this H4 level. So this is a quick and easy way how you can go about analyzing the market. Once you can use the strategy and you don't jump between strategy, you're not going to have any problem long term, but you have to spend some time and work on this. Trading with the trend is a lot easier than to actually take buys and sell at support and resistance, because if you can identify the swing highs and the swing lows in the market, you're not going to have any problem long term. All right, so just bear that in mind. So this is a quick, easy and simple way how you go about identifying the trend in the market, and you can go about doing a markup, and you know, you just wait for price to farm the way you want it to, and then you go ahead and take your trade. So the best option now for the volatility 101S is to wait for price to pull back into this zone, which should be your buying zone or your buy zone. All right, this area right here, because it will be at our H4 level, and if you are anticipating the market to continue to push price bullish, then it don't need to break below this wick right here. It don't need to break below here. If it breaks below here, it will be breaking the trajectory of the trend line. So at this point, what you want to do is to allow the market to drop, create a new low, you know, pull back to create some form of resistance. Then you can look to sell it down to retest the low it would have created. And then, you know, your new trend line could look something like this. And then, you know, you just wait for the pullback and sell down, pullback and sell down. And that's how you do your thing until the market decides to change trend. So that's the first one. Let's see what else with that. I think this might continue to push bullish. This is a VIX 10, you know, and we are currently reacting to this level right here. But that's I'm trying to see if I can find something that looks good, you know. It's not a bit confusing. All right, so this is what was one thing I was actually looking at, you know. And again, this is a big 75. A lot of persons tend to trade this. Very, very good pair to trade. You know, it moves well when it starts a trend. So you can definitely take advantage of it, you know. Took some trade down here, close out a bit too early and missed the entire move, but it is what it is. All right, now, what you want to do when you come to the chart, clear your chart and look at the levels. This is a daily time frame. Looking at the daily time frame, we have our daily resistance here. All right, another one right here, very strong level. And another one right here. And if you look here to the left, you would have seen that price reacted to this level here, reacted to it here, and also here you have some form of reaction. You look all the way over here, you know, with rejection on the daily time frame. So right off the back, this is telling me that, you know, 90,000 is a pretty strong level. So you mark off those levels and you can go down to identify, you know, support and our resistance just the same. Seeing that the support is all the way down here and this resistance is right here, I think it would be safe to mark off this level right here, this daily resistance. You don't want to go down to your 4-hour time frame just the same to look at what the market is actually doing on the H4 time frame. So you can mark off those recent support and resistance. So looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, pretty much these 2 daily resistance lines up with our H4 resistance right here. So you don't need to add an extra line. Just bear in the back of your mind that these 2 levels are also 4-hour resistance as well. And we have one right here, and we have a support here. You know, so looking at this on the 4-hour time frame, yes, the overall push in the market is bullish, no doubt about it. But the thing is that we pull into a level that we start to reject. And you know, looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, the market has done something like this. You know, push to create a high here. You know, pull back. Let me change this color. If we can use black. All right, so pretty much we have been doing something like this on the H4 time frame. All right. So basically, what I am visualizing on this is that the market did a little break and retest. So the potential is there for it to push towards the downside. And I'm going to go down on the smaller time frame and show you guys all of this. So identify these levels on the 4-hour time frame. You go down to your 1-hour time frame. All right. So on the 1-hour time frame, you want to identify the short-term trend. So looking at this now on the 1-hour time frame. All right. Let's say we're going to start about here. Seeing that this is our daily resistance, we can start about here, and we're going to start with the push and the pullback, identifying the higher highs and the higher lows, just the same. And we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to do the ones that stand out pretty clear to me. All right, so looking at this now, guys, what took place here is that, let me remove all of this. Everyone should be hearing, you know, it shows that, you know, the voice is going through, talking, trading made easy. So everyone should be hearing, and the microphone is okay. And yeah. All right, so what I'm able to identify right off the bat with this is that we have been pushing bullish. We have been pushing bullish, no doubt about it. And the reason behind that is that the market has been creating the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You know, so some members in the community really take advantage of this big move up on the 75. All right. Now, looking at this on the 1-hour time frame is a nice break and retest and a potential change of trend for some downside. And I'm going to explain why I say all of this. All right. So right here off the back, we have a 1-hour support. And if you look up here, you know, I would say I'm going to use this one right here. And the reason why I'm going to use this resistance right here is that we have resistance here, and price pretty much came back, you know, to form resistance here at this daily resistance. So we have a nice little 1-hour resistance here as well. Price push all the way up, creating the higher high, the higher low. So, you know, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, you know, higher low. We form a lower high, we get a lower low. So it simply means that at this point, the market is trying to change trend. We pull back, we form another lower high, and we push down and we form a lower low, because this low is lower than the previous right here. And the market pull back to form a lower high, respecting this support that would have got broken on the 1-hour time frame. So this support here got broken on the 1-hour time frame. What price did? We pull back and we retest it. So if you are going to draw a trend line based on the 1-hour time frame, guys, it will have to be at the high here. It's gonna be your first touch, and once you get your second touch, which would be about here, you know, you're gonna go all the way up. So at this point, two options are there to actually get an entry. One, you can actually wait for it to pull back to do a retest of the trend line, which would be about here, form some form of resistance to get your entry. Or you could have taken it based on the fact that it pulled back to retest this support that would have gotten broken. So you have a weak closure here, you have a strong closure here, which would have been okay, just the same. This would have been a 17 pip drop. You keep stop loss above the area at about 15 pips, which would have been safe. All right. So again, you could have took some entry here based on the fact that we did a break and retest, because the market gives you that confirmation that, hey, we're ready to change trade, change trend. So the potential is there for some downside. Doesn't mean that we're going to fall all the way through the floor, but it gives us the confirmation that, hey, start to break the low and respect the high, break the low, respect the high. So once you can break below here, then the potential is there for further downside. But if you find that the market starts to respect this low right here and form support and, push back bullish, then the probability exists that, hey, it might continue to push bullish some more, because if we are going down, we need this candle right here to break below here. We need a break below here, or even a close below here on the 30-minute or on the 1 hour time frame to give you that extra confirmation that there is potential downside to come. But if we respect it, simply means that, at this point, the market is forming a higher low, which might give a push to break above these high and continue the bullish move up. All right. So bear that in mind for the 75, the VIX 75. A very, very nice pair to trade. All right. This, this is the 75 1S, and pretty much we're back at this strong level on the 4 hour time frame. So the probability exists that the market might respect this level. And this is outside of my normal trading style. As I said, sometimes I do take trades from support and resistance, but it have to be a very strong level. So pretty much at this level, we have multiple H4 support. And even if you go down on the daily time frame, you're gonna see that we have, support here on the daily time frame. This previous daily candle close here, we have rejection here, break above here and pull back to retest and reject. So this is a very strong level, and the potential is there that, might continue to push bullish for a little while. So this is what I'm actually visualizing on the 75 1S. So we are at a strong level, so the market might bounce from the level based on the fact that, the support is strong. So just bear that in mind. So I think, might be a little pullback into this red zone. You could look for an entry and keep stop loss below here at about 15 pips, and you should be okay. Because really and truly, if we are going to push bullish, then you don't need price to break below here. All right. But as it is now, I don't like the way our price is moving, so I'm gonna leave this as it is. But if it's a case where I'm gonna get in a trade, then it would definitely be in this area. If it breaks the low, simply means that there is further downside to come. So that's not really seeing anything I like. As I said, it might respect this level right here. The VIX 10, might respect this support right here, because price is struggling to break below the area. As I can see right here, it breaks below, and what price has done now is to close back above the area. And if you look closely at these 1 hour candles, is that, the lows are getting respected and the highs are getting broke. So it simply means that we can continue to push bullish for a little while. So this move down could consider a little fake out, because it break below support and now close back above support, and we're getting that little bullish move. So that's